My lord, the ship appears to be deserted, but the bridge seems to be run by computer. It is the only thing speaking.
Speaking? Let me hear.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Get out!
3,
Get out of there! Get out!
1.
This is News Talk 1430 WXNT, and you're on the edge of the web with Aaron Sparks.
Welcome back to Edge of the Web Radio, provided by Site Strategics. If you're just joining us, to let you know, we're providing a radio. This is Aaron Sparks, by the way. I'm sorry, and John Thompson, just jumping out of the gate. Hey, we're going to do this. No, the fact of the matter is, what we do on a regular basis is provide search engine optimization services for websites, social media management, but more importantly, just inbound marketing to help increase the bottom line of your website. There's a lot of shows out there that don't provide there's no answers really to a heck of a lot of questions that you as a business owner may have, as how do I get my site ranked to the top of Google? What in the world is social media, and how does it affect my business? We're talking on a regular basis to help share that information. We've got a ream of information out there, and we document every one of these shows. We are podcasting weekly after the show, about 2 hours after we have our podcast live. We also have all of our shows recorded on video, either on YouTube, and we break it up into 12-minute segments so we can actually get a little bit of screenshots and illustrations about what we're talking about. Yep. But what we're doing is really making a almost like an advice column. We're giving some really good tips on how to increase the value of your website. Getting into this, we actually have a great segment this show talking about ways to improve your blog. There's a case study from SEO MOZ, which is a kind of a guild of professionals in search engine optimization. John, tell me about what this case study was all about.
Yeah, that's right, Aaron. The case study was from SEOMoz.org, and this just came out on the 25th of September. And it is 17 ways to improve your blog. And what the case study is for Noah's dad.com. And just to basically give you a little overview of what we're covering here, we're just going to talk a little bit about noahsdad.com. We're going to talk about the 8 past ingredients of success to his blog, and the 3 SEO challenges and solutions that he's faced, along with 6 recommendations to take it to the next level. Now, there's a lot of content here, and what we're going to do is we're going to post this on edgeofthewebradio.com. You'll be able to download this or check it out at seomoz.org. Right. So we're actually going to fly through the first 3 and send you off to go online to check those 6 recommendations if you find this interesting.
Yep, absolutely. And you can always find this content on edgeofthewebradio.com for all the different shows. So if you want to go back in the annals and be able to see something we talked about, we've been doing building blocks for a very long time. Go check out some of the stuff we talked about, a lot of different things. But in this respect, this is some really good information about how to beef up your blog and make a success out of this, right? So tell me about what noahsdad.com was.
Yeah, a little bit about noahsdad.com. The guy, his name is Rick, and he's got he started from the Moz community, which is a forum on SEO Moz. It's a special kind of blog. His Noah was actually born with Down syndrome, so his dad's basically talking and being an advocate for that. And just like any blog, there's multiple blogs about that topic, and he's just trying to differentiate himself from the rest of the blogs. How do you differentiate yourself? How do you get yourself to grow? And so using this case study, they're talking about 8 ingredients to success.
Right.
And just going through some of these ingredients, which we're going to go through, and we're just going to hit on them lightly here. Well, you want to create a theme for your blog with a concrete topic and have a purpose for your blog. All right, just don't start writing. You got to kind of like a business. You got to have a mission statement.
And make sure that it doesn't diverge into different. I mean, you can certainly have supportive commentary, but it's got to be anybody who comes in, even sidelong into that site, has to know what the entire concept is. Right.
That's a good point. It's got to be. You'll be able to, like a landing page, you got to be able to tell it right there.
That's right.
So use the second one is use random affinities. Affinities. Affinities.
Let me take this one, John. Okay. Now, if I've got an affinity towards something, I've got a predilection. How about that? There's
there you go.
Word for you. I have an interest in a particular brand, an organization, a company, what have you, right? So
Yeah.
if I'm writing a piece of content, a blog about a particular day in the life of Ryan, right?
Yeah.
And there's a particular issue about we went shopping, right? And there was some organization that was there that we wanted to recommend in the blog, right? You're actually tying in that brand to the content that you're writing about, right? And you can actually see the improvement of that page from people wanting to link to that because there's an association to this brand or product or what have you, okay?
Yep.
As opposed to just writing a journal of sorts of your information, tying in relevant things that you come across in whatever the blog content is, but kind of sewing together relationships of entities or products.
Yeah, so this random affinity is just a wild link that came from the posting just out of topic.
Right,
Is that
exactly.
right?
Well, I mean, they certainly I think they associated Target, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
They did, and there was links tied to just that article.
Yeah.
5 or 6 fold more than any other page is on there. So, I mean, there's obviously a relationship quotient that you want to create sometimes, but make sure you do it deftly. That doesn't look like blatant advertisement for whatever this entity or this organization was.
Right, right.
Do it tactfully, and it really depends on the content of your site. But go ahead.
All right. Number 3, create content the media would like to share and to cite as well, just like this great case study.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or this great video that's going to come from sitestrategics.com.
Absolutely.
Feel free to share what we're talking about right now. Okay?
Be consistent and post daily. That consistency
Oh,
is
my Lord.
Absolutely.
We can't talk about that enough. I mean, we've said before is that everybody has good intentions to do a blog.
Right.
And they'll spend a week putting 2 or 3 articles together, right? And then leave it for 3 months. Mm-hmm. Well, if you get any type of bump, which you usually don't just by doing that, if you have any type of frequency of user, the users don't know, you're not training them on when they can come back to the well.
That's right.
You have to be consistent and deliberate in what you're doing.
Kind of like a radio show every Saturday at 8 a.m. called Edge of the Web Radio.
Exactly. See? Plug. All right.
I heard you can call them at 1-877-SEO for web or 736-4932 for those that want to spell it out or type
See, that
it out.
that was a random affinity right there.
There you go.
All right, so moving on into the additional 8 ingredients of success.
Right.
Driving traffic with social media. Mm-hmm. Right, making sure that you've got your share this links, and on top of that, in the social spheres, pointing back to that blog on a regular basis inside of Twitter and Facebook and the like, right?
That's right.
What's the next one there?
Use personal and intimate images that tell a story. So, intimate kittens or whatever.
Have
we killed that? Sorry.
For those of you that don't know this, we have a running joke about the most interesting photo online, and Pinterest is just huge for this, are kittens wearing mittens, okay? You'll see kittens, cats, and fluffy things and hairstyles on a regular basis, and the visual imagery there is just... anyway, sorry. Keep on going.
Sure. This is exclamation point, video.
Yeah, having videos online, be able to embed them through Vimeo or YouTube. Mm-hmm. I mean, you've got some links inbound from those websites, right?
Yeah.
But it's a place where people can share that as well.
I know a good video. It's off of youtube.com/sitestrategics.
Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. All right, do real world stuff.
There you go.
Right? Don't fabricate things. I mean, document and it really depends on your blog, but don't hypothesize so much. Bring some real world situational information in place because it's authentic first and foremost, and gets people actually kind of on your side of how you're expressing yourself or taking in that information. Right?
Yeah, it allows you to plug a little bit because you know you're going to get some good information. And if we weren't talking about it, then you wouldn't want to listen.
Exactly.
We got 3 SEO challenges and solutions, and one of those challenges is how should I categorize the content on my blog? And I know, Aaron, this is a big topic for you on how you create a site, site architecture, and the content involved. I know this article is not going there; it's going towards a menu structure.
Right, but it is still very viable. I mean, very, very relevant. Is that if you want people, if you're wanting the site to be found on search, Google wants you to organize that content, and you just don't make a flat website where there's just a single page off of the root of the website. So whatever.com, this, whatever.com, this. I want to have a structure of an argument. I want to categorize information. So if I'm talking about, right, for example, you have to look at what type of users you're wanting to attract, right? And who you want to find your content. So if you look at for example, in their article, the hierarchy of potential visitors was expectant parents with children with Down syndrome diagnosis, and then down the line, parents of newborns that just received the diagnosis,
right.
And below that, parents of children with Down syndrome, medical therapy students or doctors, news and media, and everybody else. There's a prioritization. The people that are just being diagnosed with this disease take relevance, or they take priority of how to communicate Ryan's story to those people that have just received the news. So the site structure needs to be focused on how to guide people deeper in from the menu system. But then on top of that, categorizing it and breaking the list down into more simple elements, and that gives you a basic map for the informational space that you're going to be writing into. It's just like brainstorming,
sure.
Kind of whiteboarding the entire thing out. Guess what? Those are really kind of dictating where your article is going to be written in the future.
Gotcha.
Right?
So real quickly, the challenge too is, should I rank for misspellings? And almost all the time it's yes, but we want to check Google's keywords to see if those misspellings have a lot of search volume.
And how do you go about doing that?
You can just type in the keyword tool in Google, and actually it's a free tool, and you just go in and put those keywords in there, those misspellings, and you can see the search volume locally and globally, and find out if they inherit you to go after those. Yep. Number 3 is, what do I write about? And this is a great question, and I know that I'd like to spend a lot more time on it, but basically there's a list of tools out there. One's called Uber Suggest, Solve, it's SOOVLE, Google Insights, AdWords tool, analytics. So these are things to get these are things to get the ideas flowing. What you're doing is you're searching other people's queries, so you're seeing what the market is actually searching for,
right.
And you're saying, hey, this is a good idea for me to write about because it's a relevant topic that people are searching.
Don't write in a hole. I mean, find out what people are interested in. I mean, some of the questions that they had were, does Down syndrome run in the family? That's a searched term. Why not write an article regarding that? Because it has high volume. I tell you what, this was a great article. If you want to see it online, it's at edgeofthewebradio.com. This is Edge of the Web Radio. We're going to be right back with some undercover results of SEO agencies. Talk to you real soon.